Hey guys, Stephen here from Heresy Academy. In this video, we're not going to go on any scripts. It's just going to be me making some platforms, talking you through reasoning for it and stuff like that. Because at the moment I've got this set up, so technically this could be called a game. You've got a respawn point, you've got a player, you've got a coin to catch. It tells you what your score is. If you turn the canvas back on, tell you the score's there. It's got a nice little background. You could stick a flag there and say, right, there you go, end of your game, you won. But of course, no one's going to like it. Now, what I'm going to do, for example, like I've got these sticking up here. In the actual game, I'm not really going to use these. I'll just put these here to show you the testing out the wall checker for the enemy. What you could do as well is you could basically just set up an invisible object and attach a trigger collider, and then just like doop doop, or put a collider that you can walk through as your player, stuff like that. Keep it invisible, completely up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, sorry my square, my chair is squeaking, it's a squeaky chair. I'm going to go to my platformer asset sprite here, and Unity is a bit upset with me because it's just upset with me because of the size I've done things. For example, the astronauts are like 30 pixels per unit. Dialog box is 100. I mean, the buzzsaw is 1,000, but that's because of the size of the asset itself. These are at 50. I've mixed up the pixels per unit. It's not the worst thing in the world. It would just rather you kept things quite similar. So I had a few things at 50, a few things at 100, or something like that. Like I said, it's not a major thing. But anyway, I'm going to open up my sprite editor, and we're just going to check out a few pieces. And what we're going to look at more specifically are these pieces here. We've got sort of like that bit cut out here. These are going to go down our edges, so you've got like a left and a right. But of course, if you attach that to the bottom of this, you're going to have a chunk missing. So you're actually going to attach it to the side, and we're going to use these grass pieces. Just rotate them and stick them down the side of this one, so then this one can sit next to it and look alright, sort of thing. And also start looking at using these and also these to give it a bit more of, I'd say, like a 3D effect, I suppose. I mean, you can do absolutely anything you want. I mean, if you look at this piece, if you zoom in, you see the bottom line is actually on dirt. So you could stick a dirt tile and stick this on top of it and it'll work, it'll look alright. And you can make like a wall, stuff like that. Obviously you've got bricks here to make walls out of. And same with these, all sorts you can do. So what I'm going to do first of all then is, so I've got my ground, so this will be my left edge ground. This one will be my right edge ground. This one's spruit. I don't know why it's called spruit. Right edge ground. Then I'm just going to use the same one, I suppose. I don't need to use them both. Maybe I'll just call one grass left. Just call one grass right. And then let's think. See, this one I'm just going to use the one. I think I'll use this one. There's not that much difference, but you can kind of tell this is a bit lighter. The shadow's a bit missing there and stuff like that. I'm just going to call this top grass. Maybe I'll use them both. Call one top grass 1, top grass 2. So what do I want to do? Let's think now. So I've got the ground. See, there's another one here as well I could use, but I don't want to just mess it up, like use all of them. You can just see the colour differences and stuff and where they're situated. Which actually, now look at it, this is sort of like a left hand side. Yeah, okay. I'll show you what I mean as I do it. So top grass left, then top grass right. I was just going to use the 2, but then I kind of just noticed that I've got a left and a right on them. So I've got ground, underground, the edges, the grass tops. See, like I could add in these as well, and add some trees along it, so maybe I'll do that later. I'm just going to click apply now. Do this. I'm just going to move to a different part of my scene so I don't mess with anything. And I may just bring the camera along actually, just so you guys can. What's Oh, and of course the canvas is attached to my camera. Drag it over here. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to my sprue file. What I'm going to look for, just dragging all these objects. I've got grass left, grass right, and I've got a ground object, left edge, right edge. What else do we pick now? Top grass and stuff like that, yeah. Top grass left, top grass right, and also underground. Okay, so first of all I'm going to get the top grass center. Okay, I'm going to use the transform position to do this, which actually isn't going to work. Great, okay, tell you what, remove all these, deselect the camera, and reset them all to 0. Then the camera, I'm just going to put this to 0. I wasn't going to do it over here, but I want to keep it all reset, so just to sort of show you how to move them across. So I'm going to get the top grass center, and I'm going to hold down control, move it along. Perhaps we'll just scale it in a bit so you can see a bit better what we're doing. I mean, you can see it up here as well, just meant, you know, without any distraction. Then get the top grass left. And it doesn't like this. Just put this to 0.5 and then hold down control. And you'll be able to pull it in perfectly there because it's 50 pixels per unit rather than 100. So make sure you're working on the 0.5 for these pieces. Top grass right, just put this to 0.5. Then hold down control and you can drag it along and line it perfectly there. So now you'll see, hopefully you'll see why I've chosen them as left there and right there. So you know, you can see perfect. Well, I hope. Just going to select these objects, deselect, oh dear, deselect the camera and just move them up one. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to drag this out a few pieces and move it along. Then the top center, I'm going to duplicate and drag it out. Why are you doing this to me? I'm going to work in 0.5. So duplicate more than once, then duplicate again, just drag it. Make sure it's selected, duplicate, hold down control, drag it out. And now it's not happening for us. Okay, perhaps you want to do it that way instead. So what you'll now start to notice is I've got this bit popping up here. Yeah. Okay. Not having a good time with this, to be fair. I don't quite understand why we're not having this. Yeah, because it's not at 0.5. That's why it's not working. 0.5. Okay. Because I want to, like I said, I want to use everything at 0.5 for it to snap perfectly at 1 unit each time. And I can show you what I'm trying to talk about now. So pick any now, apart from this one. That's the left one. Top grass center. Hold down control. Why am I not doing this? Oh, right. So the reason I'm working at 0.5 is because it's at 50 pixels per unit. So just to fix this now, I'm going to put this back to 100 pixels per unit. Oh, is that too small? It was on it. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to alternate them. And what I mean by that is basically have I can't alternate them either. How about that? So that's 1.9. Okay. That's no good. So what I want to do, I'm trying to get rid of this little dip here. So I've grabbed the next one now. just drag this along. You'll see it sort of dies away. It's supposed to die away anyway. Right. Okay. Let's just like forget everything I've ever done so far. I'll drag this back over here. I'll just make it as I did, as I was going to do it before then. So then get the top graph right. Just going to drag it along like that. And then we're going to go for where are we looking now? Where are we looking? Looking for the ground object, so it's actually that one. Drop this down. Oh no. Underground, there we go. Drop this down. Pull it up. Actually this now. I'm trying to line it up now so that it goes down a bit. Put it down roughly like there. See, that's 639, so let's try 064. That looks happy to me. So what I'll do is I'll focus in here. Looks alright. So I'm going to duplicate this and we'll just drag it out by 1. And of course that's not going to work. So 0.5 there. Duplicate it, control, drag it across. Duplicate it, drag it across, there we go, so it fits across there. So see how we start to set this up here, and then just like that, we're going to now select these objects, and this is going to sort of give us like the ledge effect, so it sits up on a ledge sort of thing. And what you can do as well, go back to your sprite here, see if I can pick one out for you. No, it doesn't any there actually. No, okay, that's no worries. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select the bottom ones, the 3 underground objects. Control and D to duplicate and drop. I'm going to drag them down. Of course, it wasn't enough, so I'll just drag them to about 1.2. Okay, so minus 1.272, which I'll give it a bit more of an oomph. So now I'll select all of these. I'm going to go into, well, first of all, I'll just drag this down to give myself some space if I can. No, drag it to there then. I'm just going to create myself an empty object, and this is going to be a ledge, so you could jump on it, you can walk on it. So we'll call this ledge. And this empty object, I'm going to put its transform to be 0, 0, 0, everything in the middle, and then I'll select these objects one more time. Going to now grab them all. Wait a sec. Well, I'll duplicate them first, and then grab the duplicates and put them into ledge. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to grab the ledge and drop it into the prefabs folder, and I'm going to get rid of the ledge. The reason I'm doing that is so I can make another shape. So you'll see now I've got the ledge object here, and drag this in anywhere. It's just one object. Stick it on. So you can show you an example. Stick it behind your map somewhere, and have it so you can jump up to it. Yep. So one thing that would have possibly been a very, very good idea. In fact, no, I'll do colliders afterwards because I only want to do certain bits, and I'll do an edge so you can jump through it as well. Okay, yeah. So ignore that. So grab the ledge again, just delete it to take it out. So I'll show you what, just basically showing what it is. And now let's see. Yeah, I can take these out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the top 3 pieces of grass there. I'm going to get rid of them. The reason I'm doing this is, let's see now. the grass left, and the grass right, and then this tile. I'll drag this along, and I'll duplicate it, and I'll drag it out, but it won't fit. So then we'll put this to 1.5, and then we'll duplicate it and drag it out that way, and then we'll get the left edge of the ground. I'm going to put it to the same height as the bottom one. So it's 1.272. Control C, go to this one, 1.272. Then I'm going to drag this one, drag it along here, and then put it to minus 1.272 there. Then we'll duplicate it, grab the height of this one, which is minus 0.64, copy it, get the right edge ground, copy it, and then this one, I'll duplicate it, and then copy that so it moves up. And then what I'll do with all four, so two at a time. Well, actually, first of all, grab this one, so this is the grass left. On, don't know which way I want to rotate it actually. Yeah, so it is the Z. So on the Z, I'm going to rotate it by 90, and I'm going to move it along so that it fits down nicely here. Tuck it in a bit. I want it to be at the front. So ordered layer here, I'm going to make sure this is set to 1 just so it shows up in front of there. And then this one, same again, but this time minus 90, so it rotates the other way. Grab the height on, the height is at 0, that's pretty cool. So grab the height and put that to 0. I'm just going to tuck it in a bit so it sits nicely. Set its layer to 1. Then I'm going to grab these two. So I'll drag them in there. So now get all my underground objects. I'm gonna I'll set these all to 1. So these all sit forward. Grab these two. It just sort of sticks out a bit, just give it a bit of a ridge. And then grab my grass. Where's the grass? Left it, no. Oh, the grass right, grass left. Put the ordered layer there to 2 so they definitely sit in front. And then this can serve now. Grab all, well, create an empty object. See, depending on your assets, your artwork, they'll look different. The way you want to set them up will look different as well. Because, I mean, you may not be a fan of having these ridges out here. You may want to use just one side of it. You may not want to use them at all. You may want to keep them flat. You may want to have it go all the way up and just stop a bit. Want to do some grass, stuff like that. However you design it is absolutely up to you. What I'm going to call this now. So this is a free piece. The reason we call it free piece is because it takes up three squares. So then I want to select them all. Okay. Duplicate them again so I can use them again in a minute. Grab the free piece and drag it into the Prefabs folder. Oops. I'll delete my free piece. The reason we're going to do this now is because I'm not going to set up every single possible piece I'm going to use. Drag it out. And make sure set on. We'll do 3. So we'll just call this left piece. Then I'll duplicate that twice. Center piece. I don't actually know how to spell the word center because Americans say it one way and English say it another, and I've got so confused now that sometimes I write center like that and sometimes I write like that. So, you know, whichever way you want to write it makes no difference. So for the left piece now, I'm just going to drag all these pieces and drag it into the left piece. And then for the center piece should just be them 3 pieces. I'm going to drag them into the center piece, and for the right piece, drag these into the right piece. The reason I'm doing this now, I'm sort of like shutting down operations rather than building loads of platforms, because I'm pretty sure you'll be bored by now. So what I can do with each one, I'm just going to drag them all into a prefabs folder. So I've got left piece, center piece, and right piece. And now because of the prefab, I can open it up and have a look at the grass right piece, or the right edge, underground, etc, etc. And then what I can do is I can add a collider, decide where I want it to go, or around the entire object. Add a collider and say, yeah, this is what I want. But what I've got for my centerpiece now, I can just like attach it onto the edge there. I line it up so that the pixels look cool, but however you want to line it up is fine, because you can be there forever all day trying to make it absolutely pixel perfect. Duplicate that and just drag it out by one and pull it back in a bit. Just same process. And I'm not going to make a prefab for every single piece that I make, but here we've got a different stage that we can jump onto. Just grab them all. I'm just going to move them over to here somewhere. I'm going to grab from in here now, I'm going to grab a right piece, drag this into my game. I'm going to drag a left piece, hit the left piece and attach it on here. Although you don't actually see the left, just sort of give it a bit of a perspective there. What you actually want to do though, go to your floor objects, floor number 1, open up. In fact, that's not going to work because it's set up differently. I'm just going to try and get the Y position, but you have to do each piece individually. It isn't going to do any favours really. So just drag it out, just so you can see a bit of the edge there, just so you know what's going on. Those two pieces I'll put back in, but for now I'll just grab this piece. Do something similar now, so I'll drag it down, drag it out. Now if you walk on these pieces you'll fall through because again there's no collider on them yet. Then you've also got this new ledge to jump up to here, and then you can set it up again, taking it like that many pieces and just dragging it along. But what I want to do in future videos, we've got a double jump function and you're going to want somewhere to jump to, so perhaps we can set up now a different platform. I mean, we could still use some more sprites from the projects folder here, but I mean I've got loads of different sprites that I'm going to look at dragging into this project. You don't have to have it just pixel art. I mean, it's probably good practice to keep the art style similar, but I'm going to grab in perhaps. I'm not seeing anything here that's jumping out that says yes, I'll use that. But what I want to do is perhaps consider having platforms that can go like move up and down a bit. I mean, I'm using astronauts as the people, so what's stopping it from being like a pixely space lift thing, and then you could lift it up to be a spaceship. You can do whatever you want, absolutely anything. You're outside in the forest now, you can extend this a bit more, but have a platform that goes up and down, and you go up to a spaceship area up here, or carry on along the forest, I don't know, whatever you're planning to do. So, before we end the video now, so this is it for the video, just showing how to set up some platforms. We will set up some colliders and stuff, make sure we use that. And obviously not forgetting that I've also got ledge here, so I could drag this into my game and just stick it around the back somewhere. I mean, I'll probably put some more underground ones and have it showing a bit further up. But you see the two different styles here sort of don't complement each other well. And then if you were to put these, I'll put these in front if you can. No. Okay, never mind. I'm going to say try and read them in front, but if mess up the order and layer in the prefab. Yeah, what you could do is you could have them at the front instead, so it looks like you're walking on a more 3D platform rather than having it in the back there, because like I said, because this is 3D and then this isn't, it sort of messes with the contrast, with like the style you're using. But if you moved it further back and give it the illusion it was in the background a bit, and then you sort of mixing styles, and then perhaps you could do it. You could have sort of a mix and match game where you get to a certain point, and you could collect a power up, and it'll switch over to this 3D environment, and then switch it back after a certain amount of time or something. You could have it running sort of parallel like that. But yeah, so what I want to talk about before I end the video is the sort of plan for this series. If you're watching this like 6 months time, then well, the plan's finished. Well, it should be anyway. Should be done by then. But basically, you know, if you're watching this within, I don't know, a few weeks of uploading, then maybe I've not finished. But so drop in some comments of how you want to make this look, because basically I'm just making a game for you guys to sort of replicate and learn the functions of. I'm not going to publish this game at all. But like, I'm trying to throw in as much as possible. Like, we've got a spawn point, so I'm thinking of doing some checkpoints soon. You know, you get to a certain point in your level, you get all over here, and you traveled a whole 3 seconds, and you want to save your progress, and you get a checkpoint. Maybe you get a checkpoint when you kill an enemy. So it's basically setting that up to sort of, well, to give you knowledge of how to do checkpoints, and then it's up to you where you put them. I've got 2 coins there, which straight away I'm getting 2 coins, but in between the coins I'm getting an enemy that patrols. These are functions that I'm trying to just show you how to, you know, you can use them in most game styles. The platform, setting up a prefab is the same in anything. You create an empty object, drag your stuff inside it, drag that object to your prefabs folder. There's your prefab, drag that back into your scene multiple times, you know, stuff like that. So the plan for this series, I'm thinking of, you know, set up some platforms. Like I said, you've got to have like a lift system. You could use that. It doesn't have to be in a platform game, because we're just moving the position from here to here and back again. Maybe put a time delay in between, so it just waits a second and comes back, or something like that. Setting up the actual enemy itself with the patrol that can be used. I mean, I want to actually look into using like the, I don't know what's called, like A-star pathfinding algorithm, rather than just having a set patrol. I'm still messing around with, still tweaking a few things on that to make it be able to sort of like hop over these and say, right, I'm coming for you. Yeah, jumps and gets you or whatever. I'm thinking of trying to utilise something like that, so I'll try and put that into one of the videos. Other things I'm going to set up as well. I'm going to edit the sprite again to sort of take away the arm, because I'm going to add in an arm, and then you're going to use the arm to sort of aim with your mouse and shoot. You could have it so to spawn some lasers from here, for like from your helmet. You know, astronaut could do that. We don't know. I've never met an astronaut. Have you? Are you an astronaut? Are you watching this and you've got bored of astronaut stuff and you want to make games? Well, does your suit shoot lasers? Let me know. But yeah, so the point of me telling you that as well, so if you set up an arm or a gun to shoot, then that works just the same if you want to shoot from your eye. If you want to be a flying gun, the same concept is where you spawn your bullet from a set position. You set that position yourself. You're going to shoot from your toes. It's absolutely up to you. So yeah, there's loads of possible different routes to go down on any games. Basically, if you can think of it, you can do it. So drop some comments, let me know what you want to see, and I'll start putting some things together. But until then, drop this video a like if you liked it, just sort of help me get a bit of started with some likes and stuff. I'm still getting used to doing tutorials, so perhaps my style isn't absolutely perfect. Maybe I talk too much, the videos are too long, stuff like that. Let me know and I'll try and turn it around. If you just want me to record a video and say, this is how you do this, this is how you do that, bosh, done, and then this is like a 2-second video or 2-minute video, rather than sort of trying to talk a bit, that's absolutely up to you. Let me know if that's what you prefer. I mean, people have opinion. Right, in fact, I'm going to go into some philosophical bullshit there. Yeah, so like the video, give us a subscribe so you can see the next videos, and drop some comments. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you soon. Well, I mean, I won't see you soon, but you'll see my voice soon. Okay.